I am Groot. 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 Groot. I am Groot. 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 Groot.
Hey everybody, Glenn here, and today I've got my first official subscription box review for you, and that is on the latest Marvel Collector Core. This is the Guardians of the Galaxy edition, and I was intrigued when they announced this particular theme, and part of the reason is the last couple of boxes, they really haven't had anything in the Marvel Universe going on event-wise to be able to tie one of the Collector Core boxes to. Previous boxes, you know, they did Avengers, Secret Wars, Ant-Man, they all had something going on either with the movies or the comics that they could tie into the release of the Collector Core. Well, the last one was Villains, and this one is Guardians of the Galaxy. Really nothing going on with Guardians of the Galaxy right now. Movie doesn't come out for a couple of years, and no big events or anything around it. So I was interested when they announced this to see where they were going with it. I realize now that they went into an amazing place because not only were they thinking about Guardians of the Galaxy with this theme, but they were thinking about the time of year and which month it was in. Because we're talking about December, right? The holidays. So really, this is a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday edition box, which I thought was an amazing idea. Guardians, it's a little more lighthearted fare. I mean, all Marvel and the Marvel movies in particular is kind of a lighter tone as far as superhero movies go, especially when you compare them to DC or some of the other ones. But Guardians especially is known for being comedic in a lot of ways and a lot more lighthearted. So it made a really great tie-in with Christmas and the holidays. So let's go into it and see what they did for this month. All right, as always, we have the pin and the patch, and this one being Guardians, it's fitting to have Rocket on the patch there, and that's actually a really nice design. I like what they did with that, all the way to the paws on either side of the patch there. It's a nice touch there. So Rocket, and obviously the pin is going to be Groot. So we've got Rocket and Groot. Collector Core pin. I'm okay with the pin. It's not as good as some of the past ones. A little more on the plain side as far as that goes, as far as just Groot's head there in a green background. But not terrible, but not as cool to me anyway as the last few pins have been. So as far as the big items go, I think there is a certain level of expectation with the Marvel Collector Core that you're going to get a pop, you're going to get a Dorbs, you're going to get a Pocket Pop keychain. One of those three, if not multiples of those three. And we saw that in the Villains box and every box before that as far as getting a full-size pop figure. Well, they went in a different direction for this holiday box, and I like the direction it went, but it also led to quite a few people that love the box like I do, and then other people that were kind of meh on it. Just because I think that level of expectation is there where you open one of these boxes and you don't have a full-size pop figure, you don't have a Dorbs, you don't have a Pocket Pop keychain, and it's like, oh, well, now I'm getting into things that I don't really collect. So I think there was a certain level of disappointment in a lot of people, but I like the change. I think I talked about this before with last month because we did get one of each. We did get a Pop, a Dorbs, and a Pocket Pop keychain. There were different Funko items. You know, Pops are great, and I love getting Pops, obviously. But I love it when all of a sudden there's a Mopies in there, or there's a Pocket Pop keychain, something that I don't normally get. Now, that being said, we're seeing a lot more of the Dorbs, Pocket Pop keychains, Mopies, and those other Funko products. So we are seeing more of those now, so getting a little bit fatigued, but still the fact that every one of these boxes had a pop in it can be disappointing to some, but it wasn't to me. So what they did this month, they branched out in some of their newer products, and also a couple things that are pretty unique. So let's head into the big items. All right, one of the new lines that Funko has introduced recently is called Pop Home, and it's a lot of home kitchenwares, things like that, that are stylized in the pop design, right? So a lot of some of them are mugs, and in this Guardians of the Galaxy box, we got a Star-Lord Pop Home mug. So there's an entire line, salt and pepper shakers. The mugs are a big part of this line, and there's a few other things as well that have kind of giving the pop look and the pop experience to other parts of your home rather than just your display case. So I like these. I think they're really cool. There we go. There's the mug. I like to see them branching out in doing different things. They don't just have to make our toys for us. They can, Pop Tees is a great example. The T-shirts from the Pop line. Now they've got the housewares. I love that they're branching out and that they're not just sticking with, their Pop lines and their figure lines, but they're trying to branch out and broaden their horizons a little bit. And I like that. This is a very cool looking mug. I like it a lot. It's another one of those mugs, and the one thing about these Pop Home mugs, and really a lot of these collector's mugs, they're not really meant to be, have your coffee out of. There are some that are strict coffee mugs, and we've gotten a lot of those. In fact, a few months ago, one of my best trends was the drinkware thing, where we were getting some mugs that actually looked really good as far as being able to drink out of them. These, you wouldn't really drink out of them because they're just not practical that way. Another great example is the Carnage mug we got a couple of months ago in a box. This one, these are, I'd more collect these, and they'd be great display in the kitchen. Again, I like these mugs. I just wouldn't necessarily drink out of them. So that's the Pop Home Star-Lord mug. Okay, probably my favorite item out of this box is an item that you're not going to see very often because it's definitely a seasonal holiday thing, and that's these vinyl bobblehead ornaments. They call them bobblers, and I don't know that they're going to, release a lot of these. I think these are something that, they put in this holiday box, and almost like a trial run. Hey, would people buy these as ornaments? Because they're basically just smaller versions of our favorite pop figures, bobbleheads, right? Marvel, in an ornament form. So they're a little bit smaller and they've got a hook on the head. That's pretty much the only difference. In fact, this particular Groot, they've made a full-size pop figure out of. It's one of the, I believe it's an Entertainment Earth exclusive, but you can, if you look hard enough, you can see, oh no, you can't. Let me pull it down here. There's the full-size version of this ornament. You see? So they just made it a little mini version of the Groot in a fun seasonal ornament form. Now, I think the disappointment on some people, some was like, ornaments, really? Where's my pop figure? I like these. And you know what? I'm going to be getting this box forever. I'm going to be getting plenty of pops. I've already gotten plenty of pops from them. I don't mind every once in a while getting something that really is different and fun and whimsical. And these ornaments are going to look great on my tree. I'm going to put them up tonight. I just think it's a great thing that they do something a little bit different, and they throw us a curveball, and they do something that's just really, I find, really cute and really cool. These are great. I mean, even as ornaments, they're really detailed. They're pretty much just like pop figures. I love that Groot's got his little present of his gun. That's just so cool. And they did a really good job with these. So I'm really happy with those. And again, no pop figure, but I just think that that it's interesting. I love interesting things and differences in boxes that you're not expecting and you're not going to see everywhere. So I just think they did an amazing job with those, and that's definitely my favorite part of this box and makes the box for me. All right, another different item that I definitely was not expecting, but it's a wintry item. We've got this great big huge Guardians of the Galaxy scarf. It's got the silhouettes of the gang there, and then on the back we've got a nice long Groot. I like this. Again, these are things that are useful, but they're... kind of did it upside down, didn't I? They're useful, but they also... you know, they're cool. They're just cool things. I just love that they thought of some things that were different and that would be great for a Christmas box, quote unquote. And going along with that, the last thing we've got is a comic. Now, this is the thing that is going to bring this box down a little bit for me, just for a couple of different reasons. Number one, it's a Guardians of the Galaxy variant cover. MCC obviously exclusive. That's awesome. I like the cover. It's pretty cool with Rocket decorating Groot as the Christmas tree. Couldn't ask for a more appropriate cover than that, and it's drawn really well. I like it. That's the only thing I like about this comic, because if you notice, pull it out of the box, it's kind of bent. It's a little bit bent up. It's got a little fold now in one part of the comic, so didn't come in perfect shape, and it's still got this funky plastic covering that I do not like. You can't open it, you can't reclose it. It's got a board, but the board is kind of thin. It's disappointing to me that a company like Marvel getting into this consistently doesn't bag and board their comics as well as, say, Geek Fuel does a really great job with their comics. So that's disappointing to me, and that brings me down a little bit. You know, we come to expect a comic in a Marvel box, which we should. And to me, it should be in a little better shape, and the execution should be just a little bit better. The comic itself is okay, the cover's great, but the way they pack this particular thing, and this is a couple of times that we've gotten this flimsy plastic sleeve, this one actually came out a little bit bent. So that's not thrilling me. But again, the comic itself is okay. Well, that's the box. I'm giving this box an A-, just because of that comic, the comic issues I have. Again, no box is perfect. This is pretty much an A box. I'm only throwing that minus out there to kind of show you that there was something that I didn't like about it. But other than that, I just thought it was great. I love the ornaments. The patch and pin are great as always. The mug, a very cool mug, a very cool display mug for the kitchen. And the scarf is not only useful, but it's colorful and looks cool, and I dig it. You know, maybe if you're living in South America or, you know, Houston, you might not dig the scarf that much. But I just love that this box was very different and very... a lot of unexpected things that really, once you see them, it clicks in your head. December, Christmas, what an awesome way to do it, at least for me. So that's it for this box. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you guys that got your collector core are enjoying your box. Going to come back in a few days with a couple of special videos, including another subscription box unboxing, but subscription box review. But also we've got some special Christmassy videos coming up shortly for you that I'm really excited to share with you, and also the debut of some of my new editing techniques that are going to go along with intros and outros and cool stuff like that. So you'll see those coming up as well, along with some I'm going to do some short form videos as well around pop figures and possibly comics and some other things that I want to share with you. So until then, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We've got our links up there now that you can click on them and head right to those sites. It makes it a lot easier than trying to remember what the address is. Other than that, we will see you next time. Bye-bye.